WBTV weather is sponsored by Gracious Living Adult Day and Healthcare Center.
On Your Side tonight starts right now.
Charlotte city leaders prepare for a special meeting to talk about transit safety after a deadly stabbing on the light rail. Why the stakes may be higher now compared to years past.
In tonight's cover story, a Vietnam veteran in western North Carolina laid his life on the line for his country, literally. That life was uprooted nearly 1 year ago when Helene tore his home apart. Now a group of strangers is stepping up to help.
Paid parental leave is guaranteed by law for state and public school employees in South Carolina. But we're learning school districts are denying this for parents experiencing stillbirths. We take a closer look at the law and the impacts it's having. In just a matter of hours, public transportation officials will hold a special meeting to talk about your safety and security concerns. Thanks for sticking with us. It's On Your Side tonight at 7:30. I'm Jamie Boll.
I'm Kym Anderson. The mayor of Charlotte called the special meeting after an innocent woman was stabbed and killed while riding the light rail.
We've been covering this story since it happened nearly 2 weeks ago. 23-year-old Irina Zarutska recently moved to Charlotte after fleeing the war in Ukraine. Police say she was riding the light rail when a man sitting nearby stabbed her. Police charged Carlos Brown Jr. with murder. He's being held without bond at the Mecklenburg County Jail. Police say the attack appeared to be random and says he did not interact with Zarutska before he attacked. A judge ordered Brown to undergo a competency evaluation. After the stabbing, we heard from riders who said the attack on the light rail left them shaken.
It's definitely like a wake-up call a bit because it's so casual. And just the fact that it could happen is very daunting.
Anything can happen and just pop off.
Pretty concerning, especially considering I take it every day to work.
And riders not the only ones who say they're concerned about this incident. During last week's city council meeting, several members said the current transit safety plan needs to be adjusted.
I would like city manager to provide us immediate steps that are being taken to ensure the safety of our riders, our operators, and to restore the confidence in our system.
The moment that the transit system starts to become something where it's not considered to be safe is the moment in which you begin to lose riders, you begin to lose the momentum that you want to keep.
Well, we want to know there's been crimes and violence on public transit before this incident. We have shown you multiple incidents of shootings on CATS buses across the metro over the last several years. That includes when bus driver Ethan Rivera was shot and killed while driving the bus in Uptown in 2022. We saw people advocating for safety and security changes back then, but this time the campaign is different. And that's because county officials are working to pass the PAVE Act in November. It's the 1-cent sales tax increase. Now, if passed, the measure is estimated to generate more than $19 billion for the county. That money would go towards improving roads and rail projects and bus improvements. People in Mecklenburg County will decide whether to pass this measure come November 4th. It's unclear if any of the money would go towards improving safety on public transit. The mayor and other transportation board members are expected to address the issue at tomorrow's meeting. It starts at 9 o'clock in the morning. We're going to keep you updated on what happens right here on WBTV and WBTV.com.
We're on your side tonight with the road to recovery. Helene took a big bite out of one of the most important industries in the mountains, tourism. Told you last week, state data showed tourist spending was down last year in several counties. Show you some of the numbers here. Take a look. Buncombe County, the Asheville area, saw a drop very close to 11%. Yancey County was down 2.6%, and then McDowell County was down 2.9%. And Avery County, home to North Carolina iconic landmarks like the Lynn Cove Viaduct on the Blue Ridge Parkway and Grandfather Mountain, not immune. Tourism spending there was down more than 3% in 2024. Now, we reached out today to see if things are rebounding now that we're in 2025. The short answer is no.
I mean, unfortunately, the storyline has been decline and down really ever since we were able to reopen the county. We kind of make a little bit of joke that maybe we did too good of a job keeping people away while we were trying to, fix the infrastructure.
That is Victoria Bowman. She is the executive director of the Avery County Chamber of Commerce. She tells us tourism spending has been down 20 to 30% this summer. She says there's been traffic, but people just aren't spending.
And I think that speaks to what's going on nationally as well. I don't think that's a Western North Carolina issue. I don't think that is just an Avery County issue. Yeah. I think the propensity to spend is just lower.
So what you're telling me is that this is trickling over to 2025. This is not a 2024 problem anymore. You're having this summer has been off.
Yes, 100%. And it's a little scary because we really were hoping to see a more substantial rebound so that we didn't have to put all the eggs in that proverbial fall basket, you know, which is typically the most robust season for folks, especially those seasonal businesses who don't really have the winter play. So it's a little anxiety ridden, not completely, oh my goodness, like everything's on fire, but definitely a little unnerving and a little more of we really have to do some robust across the board messaging across different businesses and really try to be working together to help get that yield per person up.
So where do things stand today? Is everything open? Is everything accessible?
Yes. So, I mean, we certainly have a few little infrastructure areas here and there that, you know, are going to take, you know, much longer than a year to see that recoup. But all of our businesses are open. Our shopping is open. Our restaurants are open. Our accommodations are open. So all signs are a go, you know, come on up, enjoy. We're already, leaves are changing. It's beautiful up here. We're already in long sleeves.
Yes, exactly. That's a little taste of fall. It certainly got us, I think, all in the mood. But Victoria, are you fighting perception still? It sounds like maybe you are on some level that people think it's not safe or it's not accessible, that the views are different than they were. Are you still fighting that?
100%. And, you know, I think what is a little disheartening is, you know, a lot of the media presence is, especially as we're coming up to the milestone of Helene, is really wanting to look in the rear view. And we're asking collectively, really as Western North Carolina, that we're looking through the dash instead. There's so many wonderful things that are happening for us that we really want to concentrate not on what happened, but where we're going.
Is there enough time in the year to rebound from what happened in the summer?
I think we could meet in the middle. I think as long as we start to see just the gap shrink. I think everyone really projected and forecasted to be behind. So making financial choices and setting their businesses up for success accordingly. But I think if we just can continue to close that gap and maybe get more into the single digits of being down versus the double, I think everybody's going to sleep a little better at night for sure.
Well, and you touched on it, Victoria, it's this ripple effect, right? Because all of these businesses, if you go up and visit, if I spend $1 in a restaurant, that trickles down to so many other businesses down the road too, right? Describe how important all of this is to the county overall.
You know, you're supporting, you know, Scott Garland over at Stonewalls. You have a beautiful steak dinner there. Well, that supports, you know, whoever he's using from an electrical basis, whoever he's using from a ground maintenance, you know, all of those things really do play together.
Well, we're praying for good weather this fall and colors everywhere and a lot of folks making the trip. Victoria, I appreciate you taking some time to talk to us.
Of course. Thanks for the opportunity. Come see us. Avery is open. We're here.
Well, closer to home, summer may be ending, but our warm temperatures are not. Let's take a live look at Freedom Boat Club in Davidson. Absolutely beautiful evening out there. People may go to the lake later this week as we expect much warmer conditions. First Alert meteorologist Lisa Villegas is joining us now in the Weather Center. Lisa, we could hit 90 degrees later this week.
Oh yeah, Kim, we're going to hit that Friday and Saturday, 90, 91 degrees. So get ready for the heat. That's going to be the big story here as we press forward in the rest of the work week, along with the humidity, by the way. So that's going to start creeping in, especially into Thursday. Something to note note, the sun's going to set here in the next 10 minutes, but it is beautiful out there. Temperatures upper mid-70s depending on where you are. Lots of sunshine. And once that sun sets, the temperatures are going to quickly drop. And the wind speeds relatively calm, 5-mile-per-hour wind speeds over in Gastonia, but they're out of the northeast, so we're still seeing some lower humidity and overall cooler temperatures, definitely below normal. Our normal high temperature this time of year, 86 degrees, but that big story is the warm-up, really noticeable. By Thursday, winds shift out of the south. We're going to get ready for a ridge of high pressure building, allowing for those temperatures to spike in the 90s. Luckily, it will be brief. Cold front comes through, knocks us right back down, lower 80s, lower humidity here Sunday and into next week. So if you're looking for those outdoor plans, maybe you want to go to the pool. Saturday's your day. Sunday, a little cooler, so you can maybe do some outdoor work. As we take a look at the 7-day forecast, want to give you some time to absorb this. For tomorrow morning, we've got a temperature of around 59 degrees. We've got those 80s continuing Thursday, spiking Friday, Saturday. Watching for some spotty to isolated showers and thunderstorms in the forecast. Even tomorrow morning, you're going to notice a cloud cover building, maybe a stray shower, but overall clearing up. And then those temperatures drop, at least as we finish out the 7-day forecast.
All right, Lisa, thank you. WBTV on your side tonight with a new vision for the Excelsior Club. Today, we got a peek at what the historic club could look like in the future. These new renderings show plans for a restaurant. You got outdoor space for live music. You'll notice a second patio floor here. It's going to cost about $8 million to rebuild this historic landmark. Developers are asking city and county leaders for $1.5 million and hope the rest will come from private donations. The Excelsior Club had opened way back in 1944. It was a gathering spot for Black Americans. Famous musicians, even presidential candidate Bill Clinton paid a visit to the club. Shut down, though, about 10 years ago. Politicians and the community want this plan to rebuild to stick.
Cautiously optimistic that we can make it happen. I'm not afraid of the price tag. There's a commitment I think we should make.
The building's been sitting empty and it's in really bad shape. There's mold and the existing structure is just falling apart. So the plan here is to tear it down and rebuild the whole thing. City leaders asked today if the new Excelsior Club can be sustained and survive so history won't repeat itself. Here's the developer's response to that.
But as far as impact for the Beatty-Ford corridor and historical preservation of the Excelsior for the community of Charlotte, I mean, that is, priceless. So this won't be the most profitable thing that we could do with our time, but it will be the most impactful thing we can do with our time, and that's what we're excited about.
Now, the city here has revealed that it does have some money set aside for this plan going forward. They got to figure out exactly, though, sort of what pot of money that comes out of. City staff have been directed to find additional ways to fund the request. Tomorrow, developers will go before county commissioners. They get a say as well, so they want to make a financial request there. But a new club can go up, money has to be raised, and zoning has to happen to provide parking and permitting. So a lot of steps here, Kym. The hope is it all goes well, and a new Excelsior Club could be up and running in just a few years.
A lot of history in that quarter, a lot of history in the club, so hopefully things will go the right way.
What happens, right?
All right. Well, coming up next on Your Side tonight, paid family leave for South Carolina teachers was supposed to be guaranteed, but a loophole is leaving grieving parents without it. Just ahead, the push to change the law.
But first, we have tonight's cover story. He served 3 times in Vietnam before settling in western North Carolina. But nearly a year ago, Hurricane Helene uprooted his life and home.
Everything just floated.
After volunteering for his country, a group of strangers are now coming together to help him recover.